Hey everybody, welcome back to part two of our old box of comics that we were able to get offline. And let's take a look, see what kind of treasures we can find. Let's take a walk down memory lane from the 60s and 70s. If you didn't catch part one, please hit back part one. Thanks for watching. We got online that we got for such a great deal. So these are some more comics that I kind of pulled that I thought were pretty cool. There's going to be like two little stacks, so hopefully we can get through this very quickly. But let's get started. So just again as a reminder, we found this online ad for a box of comics. Looks like the comics have just been sitting in the box for X amount of years, no bags, no boards. Price was great, so we went to go rescue them. And this is some of the comics that we pulled. So I'm going to start off with some early Star Trek, which I thought was pretty cool. Some of these gold keys. I think now almost every time you find old people with old comics, there's gold keys, there's Archies, but there was a number of gold keys, but I say these were probably the coolest gold keys, especially being the early Star Treks. So got a Star Trek there. We've got Star Trek number 5. And then I do like this old, this Star Trek art right here. It's pretty cool. And then we got another Star Trek, some of the crew. So that was it for Star Treks. Then we got some of these strange stories, horror stories, strange adventures. I always love these arts just because they're so imaginative, what's going on here. So here's Strange Adventures number 215. Pretty cool cover here. I believe this is like a minor key. Witching Hour, DC, it's midnight. The Witching Hour, number 47. So, love the old horror artwork. Some Strange Adventures. It's always interesting to see back in the, in the 70s and the 60s, kind of their versions of space, what it's going to be like. So, some Strange Adventures. Number 240 here. Then we got From Beyond the Unknown, number 4. Definitely like this cover art. Pretty cool here. Got some aliens here jumping on a spaceship. And then we got Do You Dare Enter the House of Mystery. So, pretty cool. Number 182. Then we got another Strange Adventures. Again, it's just cool to see what their concept of space, back in the day was. All right, then we're jumping into some Marvel. So I kind of did break some of this up to Marvel. So here's an Incredible Hulk, number 166. I think a lot of the Hulk covers just have such great artwork, such great coloring to them. Here's unfortunately, a pretty well loved, I should say, Astonishing Tales featuring Deathlock. I believe this is his very first appearance. So it's a little unfortunate that's not in better shape, but it's still, a pretty cool copy to have here. Then we got A Brother Voodoo, or technically A Strange Tales, number 170. I believe this is the second appearance of Brother Voodoo. So still, pretty cool cover here. Love it. Love the artwork. And we got an older Avengers number 49. And we got an old Thor 190. So we got Odin on here. Pretty cool cover here. There was a couple other Thors I did have. Won't have in this video. My neighbor is a collector of comics as well, so I did share the wealth a little bit here. Then we got a Fantastic Four, number 78. Captain America. Got some, unfortunately, a little bit of damage here. Number 114. Silver Surfer. Only Silver Surfer in the box. Still pretty cool. Love some old Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer number 8. Some Submariner. Of course, it's got my boy Spidey in it, so this is definitely be a keeper for me. Even though it's not a Spider-Man title, I do like anything with Spider-Man in it. So, and then we got another Submariner number 61. And then the weirdest book of them all, I think, is this weird 1970s Young Lust. Never heard of it, but definitely an interesting book there. So I do have one little color stack to do. We'll just go through it real quick. So there's kind of the DCs. Not always necessarily the biggest DC fan. Love me some Batman. But really didn't grow up watching too much DC. But still, some really stuff is pretty cool. Got an early Hawkman number 26. I got a Green Lantern and Green Arrow, which is pretty cool. I think this is one of their earlier team-ups. And then got a Superman. I do like this cover. It's got Batgirl on it. So, pretty cool seeing a Batgirl in there. And got some just basic Whitman Supermans. And we got a Superman and Flash Whitman. I believe this was supposed to be like a race that they were going to race. I don't remember if they actually did the race in this comic. But they were kind of alluding to that there was going to be a race. Then we got some older Doom. So Doom Patrol, number 118. Again, pretty cool cover here. Another Doom Patrol, number 116. Got a little tear here, Doom Patrol 120. And we got the Atom number 38. Pretty cool cover there. And we got some early Aquamans. Aquaman number 41. Just, again, the artwork, you know. Then we got Aquaman number 44. Then we're going to jump to Showcase. Beware Creeper. I want to say this is the first appearance of Creeper. Don't remember. Again, I'm not necessarily the connoisseur of all the keys, but I do remember this being some sort of key. Then we got early Flash. Flash number 217. I just like the cover, all the different flashes. Kind of reminds you of the Spider-Man meme, you know. Then we got Metamorpho. Pretty cool. Metamorpho. I think it's number 16. And then we got some Tomahawks. Tomahawk 120. Tomahawk 122. But that's really about it. Again, there was some other stuff in there, but those were kind of my favorite comics I pulled. There were some magazines as well and other stuff. But, I bagged and boarded all of it, right? I think they all deserve to be preserved. But, tell me what you guys think. I think these comics are pretty cool.